Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Good morning, besties. It's Behind the Shade, honey, and we got to go behind the shade and we got to talk all things Belle Collective. It's season 7, episode 5, Table for 2, Drama for 10. Ooh, honey, we got to unpack some things because this episode kept me tuned in, honey. I was like, ooh, we got to get into it. Let's get into it. Okay. So the episode continues. We're still at Carrie's house at the golf at the coast. And remember, she's having carrot pee. I was about to say carrot pee. And you know, her friend is a life coach and she's there fussing at Latrice and Letitia, right? I would prefer her to speak calmer as a life coach. You can't meet people where they are. You know, you're dealing with unhinged people. So you have to get your point across in a more calmer, loving way, right? So she asked Latrice, after she fusses at them, because she had to get their attention to let them know, y'all over here acting like y'all don't want to be friends anymore, but y'all crying. And she's letting them know these tears mean you miss each other. That's why you're crying. So can y'all sit down and air everything out and let it go? I'm like, well, no, life coach, they can't let things go. This is why they keep falling out and starting over and resetting and oh goodness. No, they cannot let it go. Latrice says she feels like too much has been said. Well, girl, you the one that's been running your mouth. You the one that's where did this come from that Letitia called Josh to get some information or to talk about you and all that? Like, where did that rumor come from? Who started that rumor mill? You, Latrice? Like, and you know, even though I did enjoy the episode, oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. So Latrice says too much has been said. Letitia is like, well, you know, I don't think things will be the same. And it's like, you don't you don't want things to be the same. That's the point. Whatever worked didn't work. So you want things, you need boundaries, okay? Y'all need boundaries. And if you don't like each other, just leave each other alone. Leave the collective, okay? So we can't do that. It's a show, so we're here for the conflict. I know. Conflict and chaos. Okay. So Letitia is like, well, you know, Latrice, I don't hate you, but I do miss you. I love you like my little sister, you know, all the things. So they're both wiping their tears, wiping their face, right? And so Letitia's like, I'm willing to talk to you, Latrice. I am so willing. Okay. But what is funny is in this whole episode, they're both asking everybody else, should they talk? It's like, y'all just said y'all would talk. So talk. Oh, child. Moving on to Carrie and her new wig. Hey, wig. Besties, what do you think? Did you like it? I did. It's cute. I just wish she wouldn't bring so much attention to it. It's like, yes, Carrie, we know you're wearing a wig and we appreciate you getting your hair game together because last season, honey, it was not together, honey. You came on our TV screens in your true, authentic self. We love it. Most housewives and reality stars, they do that. Then the second season, the hair changes, the makeup is better, the clothes get better. Then the third season, the face starts looking different, the body starts looking different, and it goes on from there. Shout out to you, Sheree Whitfield. Did y'all see her pictures from being in Utah with Cynthia? She looked great. The makeup probably had something to do with it, but honey, she had got some face tuning done. She don't look like herself. She looks younger and pretty much looks like someone else. I don't know if it was a filter, maybe, hopefully, whatever. Have fun with it. But don't come on our Instagram. Don't come on our timeline not looking like yourself. Cause I was like, who is that? I had to look like, who is that? I did not recognize Sheree, but she did look good. So Carrie's wig, okay, she trying to bob in her confessionals. It's giving a mixture of her real hair and some tracks because you can tell at the top that that's hers. And I'm just like, Carrie, what's new for you? You live in Alabama, Mississippi, wherever, in between, in the middle, whatever. Humidity is a thing in the South. Why all of a sudden you can't deal? Last week I was like, why don't you just wear braids? Is it because maybe you're perimenopausal now or menopausal now and that's affecting your hair because you're sweating at night? Okay, whatever the case, you should have grabbed you a wig last season, honey. After you saw your hair that first episode, girl, we're going to move on. Okay, we like the wig. Great. So Carrie is at the Mobile restaurant, honey, because she's trying to hold on to her love. You got to hold on. Shout out to you, Invoke from Oakland. Clock that T. Well, she's trying her best to keep this restaurant open. This is her baby. She loves it. She put a lot of love and care and money into it. And, she just hates to see it go. So her and the bartender are trying to create some cute little drinks, with the whipped cream and the razzle and the dazzle on it. She's going to put them on social media and try to keep things together. And I forgot that Miss Mams is a social media influencer. I forgot about that. So she doesn't want to close down. Her mom told her last week, sell it. Sell it. Sell it. But I get it. It's a cute restaurant. It's swanky. It's modern. It's inviting. You would have thought it would have picked up and been just fine. But sometimes some things just don't work out. And you just have to try and try again. Close that spot down. If you're losing money, it don't make sense. So they talk about, Matt comes by. And so they talk about the Carapy war. Because, they both decided that they was going to fix it from the inside out. He was going to get with the men. She going to get with the women. Okay. I love how the newbies can come on and add to the show. Because, Selena and Marie over there hating on Carrie's, her moves and this whole ordeal. And I don't even understand. I don't even understand because I guess I'll get to that. Look, I'm girl, calm down behind the shade. Goodness gracious. Y'all, I have no water at my station. I don't have any coffee. I went out last night. My church had a comedy show because it's my pastor's 27th pastoral anniversary. Kudos to Dr. Lee. How come every time I get on this thing, this is when my phone want to start? Let me put this. Sorry, y'all. If I wasn't on here, my phone would not be ringing. Trust and believe. Every time it seems like I get on to do a recap, somebody is texting me. It's my mother right now. But we went to the comedy show last night. I think it was about 3 or 4 comics. Child, we had a ball. And then me and my friend went, and then when we get there, we sit close to her friend and her friend's friend that goes to my church that looks familiar to me, but I didn't know her, so I was happy to meet a new church member. And then my other 2 homies, my church friends, they were there. So all 6 of us went out afterwards. We had a good time because one of my church friends, her birthday is March 3rd. So hadn't seen her in a couple of weeks because she goes to the earlier service. And she's a realtor girl, so she has to get out and get them selling them homes. So we were able to celebrate. We celebrated our birthday. Child, we had a good time last night. So enough about me. Back to them. How y'all doing? What y'all got planned this weekend? I took my braids down last night. I'm getting my hair done today. I'm going to get color, get it straightened. Whew. And do y'all know I got to go to work tomorrow and on Monday? I only work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Why am I going to work on my days off? Honey, because these bills need to get paid, honey, and these people want to come to me, honey. Y'all don't even know what I do. Maybe I'll tell y'all one day, or have y'all figured it out. Okay, enough about me, honey. Back to them and the Bells. Okay. So Matt drops by. They talk about the Carapy War. And it's so funny how these people who are married, who live together, are talking about an event for us, making it seem like they haven't talked about it. That cracks me up in reality TV. When a husband and wife, they got to talk about something as if they ain't talked about it yet. They got to play it up for the cameras. So they talk about the Carapy War between Latrice and Letitia. Carrie says, the life coach is big pimping positivity. That's what she's on. He was like, what? And Carrie is good for a slogan, honey. Honey, first it was, last it was Sophista Ratchet. I can't stand that one. And now, honey, the life coach is big on pimping positivity, honey. I said, we'll see that on next week's episode. She's going to have a t-shirt on or a sweatshirt or a hoodie, and it's going to say pimping positivity. And so that was cute because that was like, whatever. And so, she tells Matt that her friend, the life coach, suggested that they have a one-on-one. And so Matt like, okay, cool. So Matt tells Carrie that his idea of wanting to start his own business, he's ready. He's ready. He's prayed about it. God said, go. He want to do it. He wants to create a legacy for their children. Matt is a baseball agent. He was a professional baseball player. I don't know nothing about baseball. I don't know who he played for. And then he went to, where did he go to? Recruiting or something. And now he's an agent. So he's willing to risk it all, child, because he wants to help other minority baseball players, black now, whatever. And this is his purpose. And he's praying about it and he wants to give it a go. So Carrie wants to be the supportive wife. But right at this moment, as you're speaking on these goals and these aspirations, Matt, this woman is losing a business. She's losing. She has to face closing a restaurant. Like, read the room, Matt. Now is not the time. Did God tell you to go now or go later? This girl is scared. And she does think the timing is wrong. And I agree. So Latrice goes to a follow-up appointment with Cliff. Go to the doctor. Remember, she just had a blood clot. So now they found fibroids. She's had them before. She had them removed. So they grow back. So they discuss her next surgery to get the fibroids removed. And, she's still wondering, where did that blood clot come from? Because, blood clots can result in ending your lifespan. So they talk about talking to Letitia. Cliff agrees that she should sit down and talk to Letitia, but as a civilized young lady. He's like, be the better person. Do it for the Bells. Put your emotions to the side and do it for the Bells. Code word for do it for me and Glen. I miss my friend Glen, but I'm not going over there fooling with him until you get it together with his wife. Okay, I heard everything you didn't say, Cliff. So it is time for Letitia to do her photo shoot, honey. Mr. Man is beating her face. Her wig was wigging, honey. She looked good. How the cute little green bluish suit. She looked good. So she tells the executive producer, that her and Glenn, going through their little motions, he tripping or whatever. And she was like, Glenn thinks, that you want me. Like you want more than a percentage. You want me? He like, what? She like, I know you married and everything. I'm like, Letitia, does it take a rocket scientist to understand that people can still bump and tickle if they're married? And what better way to do it than with two married people? Uh-huh. Better chances of it not getting out because y'all both got things to lose, like a spouse. But anyway, he's like, oh, he's just insecure and he's scared you're gonna leave him. Well, yes, yes, sir, Donald, yes. So Shantae shows up to support her friend. And so and she tells, Letitia that having a one-on-one with Latrice is a good idea. No audience, no performances. Yeah. Speak to each other genuinely and you'll get somewhere. Totally agree. So Letitia is all glammed up, honey. She is ready for her photo shoot. She is smiling and posing. Click, click, click. Let's get it going on. The whole team is there. And in walks Glen. Oh, goodness. Glendale, don't you start. No, never mind. He came to start something. Child. He said they got locations on each other. So he saw where she was and he gonna pull on up, honey. Unannounced, uninvited, and unapologetic. Okay. So the manager first, who I hear real name is Trent, because Donald called him by his, excuse me, don't have any water, because Donald called him by his government when he came over starting mess. Yeah. So first gonna ask, he come over and he's Letitia's manager. Did I just say that? I'm just making sure. So he comes over and he asks Glen, what is he doing there? Sir, if y'all not homeboys and y'all not friends in real life, that is no way to greet a person. You are disrespecting Letitia. I don't care what she talks to you about. Glen is her husband. She is actively with that man. When she came to this location, she left from the family home. So you need to stay in your lane and mind your business, sir, ma'am, sir. What are you doing here? No. So he like, I'm here to support. And so, Glen all up in Tisha. Yeah, that's her name. No, Tisha. Oh, girl, hold the line. Glen all up in what's the girl name, y'all? Letitia's face. Oh, Lord. Love and Marriage Huntsville is tonight. Okay, get it together, girl. I am. So first was like, y'all need some privacy. Yeah. So Glen is all, child. The way Glen was in Letitia's face, asking her questions, and just coming up there, and I'm sure Letitia felt a little unsafe, just a tad bit. Your husband, but you just throwing your weight around now, kind of embarrassing me in front of people. Girl, this reminded me of my first marriage when I was so young. And I was like, oh, I was so tricked. I was like, oh, girl. Oh. Letitia, I'm here to see how this going to end. I'm not going to tell you what you should do, girl, because I think you like all of this at the end of the day. So Glen is like, why he need to be here? Why you taking pictures? He telling you how to pose, when to smile. And she like, Glen, don't do this. You doing this? And I'm like, Letitia, this is what you get when you tell your man, your husband, that you want to be celibate. You know what I'm saying? Glen hears that I don't want to do it with you, but I'm going to do it with somebody else. That's what Glen heard. That's why Glen is here, because he's trying to figure out why you stopping his flow, stopping his action. Come on, Carrie, I need a word for right now. What should I say? I don't even want to play with it because I don't want to get striked by YouTube. They sensitive. So I'm like, you telling him he thinking you could throw it into one of these dudes you work close to. He want to see where this kitty cat is going. because it got to go somewhere. Celebrate my foot. So he coming to see. So then the executive producer, Donald, he comes up. They shake hands. How you doing? How you doing? Much better, more professional, more mature. Glen is, making sure everything is strictly business. He was like, because, I need to be involved. If it's business, I need to be involved. I want you to CC me on these emails. And when you do telephone conversations, put me on a three-way. Run everything through me. I was like, all right, Kevin Hunter. For those that know, if you know, you know. I was like, okay. So Glen tells us in the confessionals, I'm her husband, that's my wife. If anything goes wrong, she gonna run to me to fix it. I said, Glendale, now come on here. What? I don't think, well, no, I don't know. Maybe. She runs to her mother now. Her mama got her credit established. Did you know that, Glen? Clock that. So then here comes First, Trent, aka First. We ain't doing all that. What emails you gonna be on, bruh? What emails you gonna be on? It's like you are totally out of line, First. You are out of line, and it's really given that Letitia is telling you things and you amped up for her. You amping up because she came. You acting like big brother protecting little sister. You need to come all the way down because you are talking to her husband. That's not your lane. And how old are you to not notice? Your beard is white, bruh. So Glen was like, take a seat, bro. You didn't take a seat. First gonna say, but what you gonna do? Excuse me. So Glen, of course, he gonna amp up. He says, man, sit your beer down. And baby, they got to going back and forth and back again. Honey, when you call a man a beer, it's going down. And you just cussed it, it's going down. Child. Letitia over there trying to grab Glen and she covered up his mouth like he a little boy. She like, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. Shantae trying to calm Glen down. Look what you did. Look at your wife. Do she look happy? Letitia over there trying not to disturb her makeup, honey. She don't want to cry. She trying to hold them tears back, honey. No waterworks on this beat, okay? So Shantae like, we need to go outside, get out these people's location, get out this building. Y'all get ready. We need to go outside. Yeah, it's time to go outside. I think they were finished. I don't know. They were because Letitia drove off. Glen says everything always his fault. He was like, but dude started talking to him crazy first. And Glendale, I'm with you, bro, because you're right. You're absolutely correct. Okay? So clearly First is staring at Glen when they get outside. So he amping, he's pushing Glen's buttons. And Glen can easily his buttons can easily be pushed, right? So First is staring at Glen. And so Glen is like, what you looking at? You're staring so hard. Take a picture. It lasts longer. And so here go First. Sexy chocolate. And I was like, okay. So there's more back and forth and back again between the fellas. And honey, Glen was like, bump all this. Glen runs up on them, tries to attack them, everybody grabbing, pulling people back, moving people. And First was standing there like, do it. And it was just like, huh. You're going to fight for your woman, honey. So everybody leave. Letitia in her confessional talking about, they disrespecting the brand. Don't do that to the brand. I got to set boundaries for the brand. Woo! So honey, Marie is opening her ninth location for services. 9th location. Ooh, you know that woman trying to be a billionaire. You go ahead, Marie. Go ahead, Dr. Marie Monroe, honey. Selena in her bodysuit meets Marie there. And honey, how many jobs do Selena want to work? Selena is a hustler, honey. She got earrings, I think a clothing boutique she trying to have. She was over there trying to be a bartender with Latrice. Now she over here trying to help out with Marie. Girl, you go ahead, Marie. Kudos to you. But this jumpsuit, it was cute, but should you be wearing that in the daytime? Girl, you got the camel toe. That booty is bootying. It was cute, but you was way overdressed, and it was cute, but girl, you look good, Selena. Ooh, you look good. Matt, what's Mike? Mike. Whoo, she looked good, child. So they talk about Carapy. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired of Selena. She keeps bringing up Carapy. This is really bothering her. This woman can't sleep at night because of Carapy. Girl, Jesus. So her and Marie agreeing that the Carapy session was, a bad idea. Marie thinks it was just too soon. And it's just giving Selena, this was a bad idea to sit down with a life coach. I think it was a bad idea at your birthday party to have the Bells go outside of the club to air out what's wrong with them, to mend that fence, to work things out at a club with alcohol at night, with everybody all dressed up looking good in their black. You thought that was a good idea? You don't have any room to talk. And Marie, you running up behind Latrice at the party when you should have been by your friend Letitia's side, checking on her. I think you running behind Latrice was a bad idea. So neither one of y'all have room to talk about bad ideas. Because Carrie's idea worked, ma'ams. Y'all been there longer than her, and she know how to figure out how to get them girls back together again. So stop hating. Stop hating. So, for a minute there, I was thinking that maybe Selena and Marie don't want the collective to get back together. Y'all always got something negative to say about Carrie stepping up to help. What was so wrong with Carrie? It worked. Y'all came. She got Letitia and Latrice in the room together again, got them talking and crying and agreeing to talk one-on-one without all of y'all. Is that what you calling Carrie nosy? Is it a bad idea, Marie, because you won't be there to hear them talk and butt in? You calling Carrie nosy? But you right here all up in Selena and Mike's business, in their living situation business, like they don't know that when they get married, they need to move and live together. Just because you didn't know that with Cedric, that doesn't mean that Selena and Mike don't know that they need to live together. He's always at her house. He's gonna rent his house out. She may rent her house out also, and then they get a place together, because that's the best way to do it. Because, honey, Selena's house ain't nothing but a little converted garage. No shade. So she telling Selena that Mike need to get rid of his bachelor pad because Cedric kept his bachelor pad and he was still cheating. Girl, duh. You didn't know that. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, Selena clocked it. She was like, Marie over here projecting. Exactly. So then Marie asked her to find her a man. What you need? You need me to help you? I need you to help me find a man. I need me a man. Honey, Selena said, I got you. It's going to be plenty of bachelors at my wedding. I got you. So Latrice goes to hang out with Selena. Both ladies are just going around asking everybody, should her and Latrice, should Latrice talk to Letitia? Should Letitia talk to Latrice? It's like, why are y'all asking the whole Jackson, Mississippi, should y'all talk? Everybody's saying yes. You said yes. That's what the therapist, that's what the life coach told you to do. Selena says yes. Talk like a Southern belle. I clocked that. So she was like, Latrice, don't go over there talking to that woman, calling her an OB, calling her out her name. Act like a lady and work it out. Then Latrice updates Selena on Tambra's dad situation. He seems to be pulling through. She wasn't doing good. She wasn't eating. She hasn't left his bedside, being, daddy's little girl. And it's like, why are we not following up with Tambra on our own? Camera, production, why are we not over there? Like, why does Tambra get to not put her life on the screen? You know? Like Tambra, it comes a time. It's like I'm sick of it. We are in season 7. You sat here and played in our faces. We met your parents. I think, we met your parents. I think you went to work once. We ain't seen Damon all season. You didn't have the baby trying to pretend like y'all live together. We know you don't. We know y'all not together. Tambra, stop playing with us. Either leave and bring So Gucci back and Akeisha. Okay. In my dreams, huh, y'all? Well, you know what? I'm going to keep believing. I'm going to keep believing. So then they're reminded, this reminds Selena about when she had her stroke, because allegedly Tambra's dad had a stroke. Not sure, maybe not. But Bessies, if you listened to me last week, then you know that, and I didn't even say it in the Belle Collector. I think I said it in a different video because I learned later. But Tambra's father passed away. I want to say earlier this month. He passed away this month, March 2026. So we learned that Selena had a stroke too. And then we also learned that she had a seizure after she had a car accident. And she was strong. She pulled through. Them 3 kids got her through. They blamed everything on Sanjay. Sanjay is the strong one, honey. Sanjay stood there, stuck by her mama, and made sure she pulled through, honey. We need you, mama. So after talking to Selena about those, moments, I was going to call them, about those incidences, those accidents, health scares, Latrice realizes that life is too short and she will talk to Letitia. Okay. So Carrie sits down with her business partner to have that hard conversation she's been avoiding having, okay? The money isn't moneying in Mobile, and it's best to sell the restaurant to someone else. Carrie cries because she doesn't want to. She has an issue with letting go, honey. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love. Ooh. Shout out to Invoke from Oakland. So she needs to be able to walk away with some money because, she was like, I don't want to leave. I'm going to lose my money. You need to walk away with something, because if you don't sell it, you're going to just have to close and then you'll walk away with nothing. Whew. And it is so cute in there. It make me want to buy it. What am I going to do with a restaurant in Mobile, Alabama? So, child, the last scene. Latrice shows up to talk to Letitia. Nope. Letitia shows up to talk to Latrice in this short royal blue mini skirt. Now, listen here, Letitia. Yes, you have lost some weight since last season. You've lost some weight. But, girl, not yet. That skirt was too short. And I know you had them jet black tights on with your black pumps. I said, girl, come on here, meat. Come on here, meat. Well, I thought the skirt was too short. I think maybe 10 more pounds and she'll look better in it. That's just my opinion. Don't come for me. Voice your own. It's mine. These are my eyes on my TV, what I saw, my recap. Okay. Now, when they sit down, they just staring at each other. Trying to read. I was like, girls, don't start none, won't be none. So Latrice starts. So much has been done. So Letitia's like, well, clock this tea. Let's go back to your pool party when Amanda said Glen was in her DMs. And I just want you to know how that set me back, because me and Glen was doing good. We had worked on our marriage and we was in a good place. And that just sent us back to HELL. And we there now and can't get it back. And so Latrice apologizes because that wasn't her intention. I said, girl, Latrice, where did that rumor, like, what's going on, Latrice? We need you to unpack. Where did the Josh rumor come from? Where did this Amanda, well, I just want to know. I know. And Latrice be lying. She said her employee asked that question. I saw Latrice write it down on a piece of paper in the kitchen. Latrice be lying. And now I'm in the process right now, Bessie. My mind is changing. Because remember last week, I was like, oh, it seemed like Letitia is jealous of Latrice. And that can be two things can be true at once. But, and I get it, like Letitia wants, well, Latrice has the big, beautiful home. Y'all know Letitia and Glen are in Airbnbs. Them houses ain't even furnished. Okay? Latrice got the house. She got 2 businesses, the car. Even her husband, like they don't have no drama. I mean, they get along better than Glen. She they doing better. So that's something to want, to envy, right? And then Latrice, I don't know why she just creates all these little fires. I don't know why she just be lying and creating drama for the show. Okay, we'll move on. So Latrice apologizes. Letitia's like, oh no, you didn't apologize. Let me take a picture. Let me write this down. Latrice says, I'm not above reproach. I will apologize when I need to. Okay, so they agreed to move forward. Latrice says, let's tell each other one thing that we want to be buried, that we can never bring up again. So Letitia says, me contacting your ex-employees, can that die? Can that just go away and never come back? And so they're like, yeah. And so Latrice is like, let's bury the whole Amanda situation. And I'm like, now wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna move on. But Latrice, you messy. So Latrice tells Letitia about her blood clot scare. Oh no, you could have passed away. Oh no. And then Letitia tells her about her talk show. All right, honey, how you doing? Wendy Williams. So then, of course, everybody gonna ask when Letitia got something to report. Well, what do Glen gotta say? Have y'all noticed that every time Marie come around, how you doing? How's Glen doing? Child. So Letitia tells Latrice what happened at the photo shoot. And so, honey, to my surprise, Latrice was defending Glen. She's like, because that's your husband, period. First, she just had nothing to say. I was like, okay, Latrice. She like, you know what? I got to do what I got to do because I got to get Cliff and Glen back cool again because, yeah. I'm proud of you, Latrice. In this moment, I'm proud of you, and don't make me mad, and don't make me regret saying it. So their mission now is, not to fumble the collectives over their egos. And now they want to plan an event for the collectives to come together. They'll do it together, right? And then they agree that they are not Bias and they're not broke. honey, Leticia had to make that clear to Latrice. I'm not no Bia. Don't you be calling me another Bia on this camera. And so now the collective has been reset yet again. And bestie, that was the end of the episode. You know what to do. If you are new here, subscribe. If you are a bestie, like the video, hype the video, leave your comments down in the comment section. Let's continue talking about this. And did y'all see the previews for next week? It's gonna get gooder. It's gonna get gooder. I saw Leticia and Glen arguing. They had the collective event. Selena was saying how Tamara don't feel safe or something of another. And Leticia asked Tamara, do you want to be in a collective? I'm like, that's what I want to know. That's it. That's good. Good stuff. I'm ready. Let's do it. And honey, the Leticia and Latrice tricked Glen and Cliff into talking. Then here come Carrie. First, she wanted to be a peacemaker. She done ended the war, and now she starting some other mess. She over there in Selena's ear talking about, yeah, I heard something about Mike and a baby. I was like, ooh, Selena said, if there's a baby, I'm out. I ain't got time to be playing games because, honey, I am the prize, honey. Do you see this body? Don't have me go put that jumpsuit back on. And that jumpsuit was bad to the bone, y'all. And besties, that was the end of the episode. Baby, I'm getting ready to go enjoy a little bit of this Saturday. I told them to get my hair done, but I gotta do, the things, laundry, clean up a little bit. But besties, have a good Saturday. I will be back tonight with Love and Marriage Huntsville. Bye, besties.